The stream is live. Currently playing Look Busy by Kevin MacLeod Jazz.
Today, welcome to the show. Crack up a tin and let the banner flow. For thinking fun with the Twitchy crew. MJ's in the house and it's all for you.
Welcome, MJ.
Today, welcome to the show. Crack up a tin and let the banner flow. Raise your glass and shout to right. Jay's in the chat, wanna rip a night.
Welcome back, Jeepin 24/7. Ads are starting. Waves.
Im Wirtshaus. Heute Abend ist was los, RF-Programme. Du bist der Gast in unserer Gaudi.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
Willkommen hier zum Margenkurs. Same Party auf Fest, dass die Sorgen verschwinden. Hier wird heute die Freundschaft verbunden.
RF Programma, welcome back. Hope you're ready to dance to some jazz. Welcome back, a swarm of dead insects.
Hello, it's me. And you're you, I hope. All the best, Swarm. Stay safe in that blizzard. I wouldn't want to be outside here at the moment. It's blowing a gale and absolutely pissing it down. Okay. Hello, MJ, G-Pin, Industrious Ant, and RF, as well as good old Swarm. Stay swarm warm. I took our Christmas tree to the tip today, as you do, and came back with a computer, as you do. It's a heap of junk. Only half the case is intact, so I've taken it all out of the case. And I just want to see what's actually working on it today and what isn't. It's a first generation i7. I think it's a 960 or something. It's quite a nice computer, actually. Quite a nice board. Ugh. With a monster tower cooler on it. And I want to see if it works. For its age, it's quite a nice board, this. 2 real PCI slots. Dual Ethernet. Red USB ports. And an port? Firewire. 6 RAM slots. 6 RAM slots, wow! But it's only a first gen, so it's actually quite crap. Well, it's not that it's crap, it's that it's power hungry. Speed-wise, it's about the same as my 3rd gen. But uses about 10 times as much power. So, I want to see if it works. But first I have to get rid of some of the dust. It's just disgusting, this computer. I've never seen a computer quite this dusty before. But it does still have the original peel, plastic peel on that heatsink bit there. Never been peeled off. So I could clean it up and sell it as new. Not that anybody would buy it. Although, to be fair, there is one of these boards on eBay going for 135 quid at the moment. Nobody wants it, but you finally got the 3100 working on your network. Excellent. Peel your motherboards. No, the peel's staying on. At least for now. Sealed in box. Yes, hello, Trade Splatter. But yeah, that's the motherboard with its huge tower.
Hope you're ready to taunt Thirstuse a lot with food.
There's also a reasonable 600 watt power supply by OCZ.
It's currently jazz music.
Also horrendously dusty. Hopefully that'll work, because I'm running low on power supplies at the moment. "24 gig of DDR3, woohoo! 6 4 gig DIMMs by Guile, whoever Guile are. And for its day, this is a pretty well-spec'd machine. But the pièce de résistance, oh, an SSD. It had an SSD in it. That's worth £1 million right there, absolutely. It's got an SSD and a quality SSD. Look at that, SanDisk. Oh. Place your bets now. Will it work? Probably not, it's a SanDisk. 250 meg, or gig rather, 250 gig SanDisk. Chances are it's dead. But it did also have a 500 gig hard drive in it. This might be full of people's private information, yay. It'll work, life is probably 35%. Well, that's not my experience of SanDisk. SanDisk, I have found, are absolutely perfect no problems whatsoever up until the moment the controller goes pop. And it just stops dead, just disappears. So that's my experience of SanDisk. But no, the main thing, GTX 970. A dusty GTX 970. Gigabyte GTX 970. Not a bad card. I've already got another GTX 970 in the box over there, but hey, GTX 970, not to be sniffed at. Well, certainly not this one, because it's so bloody dusty. I've actually given this a bit of a blowout already with my blower, but... Hey spies! NVIDIA GTX 970. Which is nice. I think that's about it. Oh, there's some fans I rescued from it.
Enjoy the palette.
Including a nice red one. This is what the SSD was in. Solid aluminium mounting bracket for it, including thermal transfer pad. Windforce considers various juvenile jokes and reconsiders. No, you just redeem fart, like everybody else would. I mean, that's quite a good thing to find anyway, just solid aluminium SSD mounting bracket with thermal transfer pad. It's quite cool. And I've also stolen the front panel as well. Just cause. A bottle of lemonade explosion, yes. A glass bottle of lemonade frozen in the fridge because it got so cold, from what I hear on Mastodon. So, shall we start with the power supply? I hope this hasn't got wet, because it's been outside in the rain. But I don't think this is, looking at the dust, I don't think this has got wet, because the dust is very dry. I think it was protected by being upside down. But it is a little on the dusty side, so I think I shall tear it apart and clean it first. Hack this one for the RS6000 and see if I get different errors. Well, that's a possibility, because this has... Actually, does it have what I need? No, it doesn't have the -5 volts. I mean, I could add -5 volts easily enough, but it doesn't have -5 volts, unfortunately. 36 amps of 3.3. 30 amps of 5 volts, 4 channels of 12 volts, each at 18 amps, half an amp of -12, 3 amps of standby, 600 watts total. It's not a bad power supply, but it hasn't got the -5 volts that I'd need. Next time I need rain protection, stick it under the bot. So I'm going to start off by just popping the lid off this and giving it a bit of a dust out. It looks like someone has been in here already, so maybe the power supply is dead. Whoa, look at that lot. Codmeister! Look at that for dust. Felt,
Welcome
not
back,
dust.
Princess Fuzzy.
Jesus. What has they done to you, you poor power supply? I see. They've replaced the fan in this in the past by the looks of things.
From Athens Glow to the retro screens, PC Magas knows
Got a PC as well. Hello, PC.
machines with stories to tell. Now the streams are loud and it runs so well.
Static electricity is a lie. It doesn't exist.
Who put the dice down? You're a two-room floppy, this to a warm CIT. Welcome PC Magas.
And if I could find the other half of my little vacuum cleaner thing, I would use it.
And we're playing Top Time Optic by South London Hi-Fi.
Divine retro bites with that Greek design. Razor glass.
Where is the other half of my vacuum thing? Anyway, there it is.
Welcome back, Sir Stews a lot. Hope you're cooking something.
Use a lot.
Love and lighting up the night. Feel the rhythm, everything's alright. Dancing close, hearts are intertwined.
Welcome back, Hot Rocks Go.
It's for Hot Rocks as well. Oh, I bet it's windy down your way tonight, isn't it, Hot Rocks? What I hate about this thing is it does not stay together. It's falling apart. Is this actually sucking? It is, kind of. Starting to struggle these days, this thing. Ever since I tried cleaning a laser printer with it. Stop making such horrible noises. Good old OCZ, you still have one of their SSDs. Excellent. Right. Sounds all quiet where you are. Oh, you're lucky then.
In a bun.
It hasn't quite hit you yet.
In a bun.
As you can see, I'm still coughing.
A titanic Peruvian sandworm, resembling a 400-foot-long bundle of razor wire 12 feet across, comes swimming down the valley, dragging a massive steel sled carrying a team of dust mask-wearing yaks and goats, all carrying spears, swords and axes. Alison, wearing traditional Peruvian battle dress, a chainmail bikini over a hellbeast leather catsuit and a large floppy hat, steps forward, draws her Dino Death Mega Blaster with optional Glow of Doom and fires into the air. We come in peace!
Sure you do, Alison. Sure you do. Ooh, bugger it. Right, that's a little bit better now. Still got all this lot here. The fan actually turns, despite all the disgustingness in there. But yes, it looks like they've replaced the fan at some point and spliced in new wires with a bit of tape. So they've obviously had this operating for a long time before chucking it out. Right, time to get disgusting now. And if I really wanted to give it a good clean, I could just open the back door and hold it outside for about 2 seconds. That's a bit better anyway. You can see that it's a power supply now. That's the one you think it is, then it was used as an electric hamster habitat, yeah. The Moo gun's sounding funny today. No, this isn't the Moo gun, this is the Scream gun.
Ads are starting.
Oh, hello. There's something there that needs attention. This power supply won't work. Say hello to my bulging friend. And down here as well. Nice bulgy caps, bulgy wulgy. We have some bulgy wulgy caps. Right down by the heatsink, of course. Wobbling bulgy friends are the best friends. Bulging and wiggling fun. Yep.
Thanks for enduring those.
Pasta's right by the heatsink where it gets nice and hot.
Appreciate you sticking around.
And there's one down here as well, which actually has some brown crud on the top of it. And these are bulged as well. Loads of bulges in there. I mean, they're not too bulged, but they're not going to be too happy. I can see if it powers up though and see what we get. It's not going to be the best power supply in the world until I replace those capacitors. But we can see if it explodes. Let me just get the fire extinguisher. Just in case. Hope I never have to use this thing. Okay, power is in. I'm going to need my power supply tester. Come on. There we go. And where's the other cable? That's GPU. There it is. Okay, let's see what it does. Besides explode in a shower of sparks. When I go like this. .6, 12.5, 5.2, 5.1, 12.5, 3.4. That all seems pretty good. Fan's not spinning, but that might just be because it doesn't need to spin. You don't think OCZ make the best anything in the world? Well, I mean, even if it was like a Seasonic or something along those lines, at the moment it's not going to be a great power supply. Right, it doesn't explode, and it does provide power of the sorts. It wiggled briefly. Yeah, it might be supposed to spin. I don't know whether it's got a an extra board here, which I think is going to be a thermal monitoring board, so it'll only spin when it gets hot enough. Quite possibly. It's functional anyway, but it does need new capacitors before I actually use it for anything seriously. But it'll do for testing things for the time being. If not on fire yet, crank up the amps. Absolutely. I've not got that slotted in properly at the side there, but I'm going to need to reopen it to replace those caps at some point anyway. So that'll do for now. Right. So we have a potentially good power supply. Of reasonable quality. Reasonable quality as in it's got a label on it for a brand that I actually recognise. Right, next. It's a carrot house. Let's look at the CPU and motherboard.
Dance until the lights go out. Feel the beat. No doubt. No doubt. Let's go.
Welcome back, our beloved Pet Canadian.
There have been goats, yes. Courtesy of Hot Rocks. My alcohol is empty again. Carrot House is a goat. No, he's not a goat, he's the goat. Right, copious amounts of alcohol. Clean CPU. And it is the i7-920. Oh, it's the little one. It's a 920. The goat is still in therapy in a closed ward. I think I'm going to need a new vacuum cleaner after this. Stay in one piece, will you, stupid thing?
Welcome back, Mammoth 89. Enjoy the pile of old junk.
Hey, Mammoth! How's it hanging? This is a first generation i7 that I found in the tip recycling centre, and I want to know if it works or not. It's not a particularly good system, but it's just something to tinker with. That doesn't look like a particularly good capacitor there. I think that's been knocked. Gee, Pen, do you mind? Keep that in room 454. You don't jerk your goat on stream. Right, I'm going to see if I can get the CPU out from here. Which is not just a case of popping it out, thanks to the heatsink arrangement here. I need to remove these side pieces, or at least this side piece.
I maybe shouldn't have done that.
Pins look nice and straight. Underside of the CPU is nice and clean. Bit of alcohol leakage there.
I maybe shouldn't have done that.
Back in this way around. I have a little thing here somewhere. Who's being an idiot? Alcohol leakage, yeah. I did have a thing. I've lost my thing. It's buried under here somewhere, my thing. Oh well, never mind. One nice thing with this computer, I'm chucking the case away because the case is just trash, but every single screw from the case, like the screws holding the power supply in, the screws for all the PCIe slots, the screws for the actual case sides, they were all thumb screws. Every single one is a thumb screw. It's worth it just for the thumb screws. Always keep your thing buried when live on Twitch, yes. Only farts. Who am I going to interrogate? Well, Carrot House, of course. So we have on this board a PCIe 4, I think that is. That's a 16, probably shared with that one as an 8. That's probably a 4 hiding in that. Maybe not, I don't know. 2 real PCIe slots, which is nice. Floppy drive. Parallel IDE. 6 SATA. But one thing I really like about this board is it's got a power and a reset button on it. Whoa, I've never seen a message effect before like that, Mammut. Thank you for the 20 bits. So this would actually make quite a good little test bench with the built-in power and reset.
Who's nicked me fucking batteries?
Before I can test this though, I really need a graphics card to go in it, because there is no onboard graphics on this. These older CPUs don't have built-in graphics. So I will need to find a known working graphics card. Or I clean up and try the 970 that came in it. Right, CPU cooler is back on. What I might do actually is try a power up. Have we got a speaker on board? We haven't. Might try it with a power up with no memory or graphics and see if I get any post beeps or post. Actually, I could put a postcard in this one, couldn't I? Postcard kicking around here somewhere, I think, because I used it just the other day. Possibly, maybe not, I don't know. A saucy one from Skegness, absolutely, yes. They are the best kind.
Ads are plain.
But actually, I'm just going to take a couple of minutes break because I realised just as I was starting the stream that I needed a crap. And now it's getting more and more urgent. So I'm going to go and have one. Just to put it bluntly. I'm going to go and befoul the toilet and I'll be back in a few minutes. Where's my back soon? There it is.
Who's nicked me fucking batteries?
Useless man. Useless man. Useless man.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Thanks for enduring those ads. It's rough, I know.
With channel points, the industrious ant says.
This is just a ruse to make everyone use up their bacon points, or whatever this is.
Oh gosh, I maybe shouldn't have done that.
I do apologise, I'm an idiot. You were right, Majenko, I do apologise.
Alright, I can help you with that. Please hold while I transfer you to someone who can help you with that. What? It's the whole music. Hold music. Thank you for holding. Your call is very important to us.
Okay, I'm back. Phone, will you stop playing music in my ears when I'm trying to stream? Shut up. Thank you. I don't want to listen to REM right now, thank you. Stop it. Go away.
Clean up required.
No, I don't want to listen to REM.
Emergency plumber to Majenko's lab, pronto. Cheer 50.
Thank you very much for the bits there. Right. Overlay's been eating bacon. How so? I can see a TTS from Industrious Ant, which I did hear because I got my headphones on. And then lots of redeems. And Ben's bits. Did I ring the water board to let them know what's coming? Oh, I've got a standing order with them. They know what comes from here. Well, I thought I may as well just not bother sugarcoating it, because no matter how I phrase it, you know exactly what I'm going to go and do out there. So, yeah, I'm back now, and I'm a lot better. Right. Postcard, that's what I wanted. I did have one here the other day, because I used it in the RS6000. It's not still in the RS6000. No, it wouldn't still be in the RS6000. No. Okay. Let's get another one out then. I've got loads of these.
It seems Majenko's smallest room is experiencing some plumbing issues, and Ben's bacon is under constant attack. Perhaps a plumber and a bacon delivery service are needed.
Now, this should be that way, isn't it? Yeah, it can only go in one way, but that should be that direction. I have my little test power supply here. Which has very short cables. I'm not sure it's even going to be able to reach. Ooh, just. Let's get the right way around. There we go. Let's turn the power on, it might help. Ooh, little red light on the power button. Ooh, we have postcodes. 37. No memory. Let's give it some memory then, shall we? Let's fill it up with RAM. I know there's no fan on here at the moment, but I'm only giving it short bursts of power. That means the CPU is operating. Oops. Accidentally turned it on just as I was about to plug that in. Come on. Okay, power up. Ooh, lots of numbers going past. B8, B9, D4, D5, 1-3, 2A, 3-8, 7-8, 8-5. I think that's working. All we need now is graphics for it. I didn't know the CPU is operating. The patient's nose lit up red when there was a buzzing sound. Yep. You've got the big sheep outside Bideford. I believe I've seen the big sheep many years ago. Being past there. Okay. So I think the motherboard is a goer. We'll put that on one side for the moment and turn our attention to the main event, the GPU. This wants a complete strip down and clean and re-gunge. Why, thank you, Mammoet. Right. What have I done with my other glasses? There they are. Let's have a look. What have we got? We've got 2 screws there for the main heatsink, haven't we? That's all that holds it on, isn't it? Just that little bit there? I think so. Screws with springs.
Welcome back. Go Gadget 300 and
There you go.
It's Thursday, January 8th. The stream title is a
Goat Gadget.
We're listening to Crack That Case by
Got goats on the brain at the moment, haven't you? And elsewhere. Right, is this going to come off or not? Or is there something else holding it on? Or is it just so old it's stuck on permanently.
7 bar. Thursday, January 8. Crack the Case by Nathan Moore. Jazz is playing Sir Stu's a lot has farted the most.
Crack the Case sounds good to me. Crack that case. Crack it wide open. I think it's just held on by the thermal pads. In which case, just sheer brute force is what it wants. Yep. And I think there's some pads here. Is there or not? Oh, there is actually a couple of screws down in here. That's why. Gotcha. Sneaky screws buried under fluff.
Princess Fuzzy Butter. Seizure noises. Thursday, January 8.
There it goes.
Crack the Case by Kevin MacLeod. Jazz is playing Sir Stu's a lot has farted the most. Stumbles. There
she is in all her glory.
With 69 bits, a swarm of Digin 6 says.
Corgo 69 sheer brute force.
Sheer brute force. The force of one brute divided by a certain value of ignorance. This is nice and crusty, this thermal paste. There we go, that's clean enough. Nearly dust free. Certainly dust cheap, if not dust free. Envious of the cleanliness of the GPU. was my Mastodon notification you just heard, by the way, in case you're all scrabbling looking for a Mastodon notification. Just my go live being retweeted or whatever the term is for Mastodon by a bot. A friendly bot, but still a bot. Boosted, that's it. I'd forgotten I even had it open. Stupid thing. I'm now covered in dust because this keeps falling apart. It won't stay together. The most stupid design. Oh, there's another pling. I should close that really. How's Swarm doing that? I'm going to close it. Stop the plings. Right, I need to get these fans off here now. Mastodons are too difficult to house train. Yeah, that can be a problem. The litter trays are bloody enormous. Now, how do we get the fans off here? There are screws down inside, aren't there? There's screws down in here. I don't know if that takes the fan off or the whole shroud. Either way, I'm undoing them. That might just lift the fan itself out of the shroud, which is good because I want to get under it anyway. Is there a screw there? No, there isn't. Yes, there is. I just couldn't see it. Where'd that go? That screw just disappeared. Right, yes, this removes the actual fan from the shroud. Which is possibly a good thing, possibly not a good thing. Doesn't help me get the shroud off though. Ah.
Thanks for enduring those ads. It's Thursday.
I think that might have been the screw. And of course it's just disappeared. I shall go hunting for that in a minute. I need to work out how to get the shroud off. There's a screw there. And a screw there. There's an OnlyFans screw, yep. Indeed. There's no clips there. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub, G-Pen. What is holding this on?
Thanks, G-Pen 24/7. That's very kind of you.
Ah. Is there something over here? Is that it? Little screws at the end. It is. Got it. There are end screws. go. Oh, look at that dirt. Look at those dust bunnies. Right, where's my blower nozzle gone? Do we need some of those? For rectal use only, yeah. Absolutely. They're invaluable, those. Right, that's the easy bit done. Now for this bit. And I think I do want to take the fans right out. Which I can do. Okay. Fans are removed. Get cables out. Come on, cable, get out of there, thank you. Disconnect fans from cable. There we go. Decidedly grotty fans. It's all fun and games until someone tries it, yeah. You want those for Christmas next year. Santa sack reindeer piss elf piss. Sounds good to me. Novelty bottle labels. Okay. Let us treat these fans to a bit of a scrubbing. Let's get a different brush. Fan 1. Cleanish. Soon this untested and possibly faulty GPU will be as clean as the day it was unboxed. Yep. Well, there's no way I'm turning these fans on in the state they're in. This room's dusty enough already. At least this way the dust is ending up mostly on the desk rather than in the air. Fan 2. Then blow the dust off the desk, yeah. Fan 3. Look at that lot. Don't know if you can see it on there, but haha. Hey, Daft Punkle. Bonus points if I clean the rest of the crusty paste from around the GPU die. I could do, but it's pointless. Because it's only the top surface there that you need the paste on. That's all overspill.
So the smoke smells like bubble gum. Daft Punkle hits home here.
I could clean it off, but yeah. If you really want me to, I will. Soak it in some alcohol for a bit. It is very crusty. It might need more than alcohol. I don't like chipping it away with a screwdriver or anything because I might damage the die. K9 as well, Greek made thermal paste. replacing thermal pads. It was on LTT, was it? Ah. Is it better than Tsatsiki? It's well and truly ingrained in the passives around the edge here. This is well and truly ingrained. Because my Oli on it, yeah. I don't know if this is going to come off easily. I've reduced the quantity anyway. So there's a whole ring of little capacitors around here, and I really don't want to do anything that could knock a capacitor off.
Welcome back.
Nah, that's as far as I'm going to go with it, I think.
Junk.
Hey Tyler. Which of us came out of the scrap heap? I think I did. I don't think I'm going to get that any cleaner. Not without scraping it, and I really don't want to scrape it. It's clean enough. Let's put that back up there. More cleaning to do of this. Autocorrect Quacky. What? Oh, this is the GTX 970. It's nothing too special. I mean, in its day, it was a brilliant card. And I was using one of these in my main computer until pretty recently, actually. So it's still a respectable card for its age. But this is the Gigabyte Windforce.
It seems Chad
Well,
is
the cooler is the Windforce anyway.
debating everything from Greek thermal paste to wine.
GPU is GTX 970.
Leading the fart count though.
It runs Tetris on 60 frames per second, yep. Okay, let's see about putting the fans back in. I just need to clean the cable off. It's a bit dusty. I don't think I've seen a computer this dusty for a long time, if ever. Even dustier than mine gets, and that gets dusty. I don't think this computer had ever been cleaned out in its life. Okay, that's the 3-pin one, which goes to here. Hey, it's Thomas the Tank Engine again. And these two are both 2-pin ones.
PC Moggers. Seizure noises. You broke wind. Sir Stu's a lot has farted the most. Shake's head. Ads are starting.
Has the bot started bleating? I do wish it wouldn't. It excites G-Pin when it does that. Two fans in. Someone did inject goat DNA into it. Oh, what an idiotic thing to do. Now I'm going to have to go hunting for this screw now, aren't I? Otherwise this fan's going to vibrate. And there's nothing worse than vibrating fans.
Thanks for enduring those ads. It's Thursday, January 8th.
It is indeed. Right. Back in a moment.
RF program of seizure noises, ambient, stumbles, chat ambient is, showed us, like staring into a very large, very grey puddle. Not my favourite. Collapses.
I thought I saw the screw bouncing it under the desk. I've got big lumps of foam under the desk to block the gap, to stop screws getting under there. But I can't find it. Which means it's probably gone under the bed. That's all screws do. Nope. It's gone! Maybe I'll find it later. I don't need it at the moment, really. I can get by without it for now. And I might find one in my screw drawer somewhere. screwing under the bed sounds rather punk, yeah. Let's screw the Windforce logo back in. Let's connect up this final fan here. Okay. This goes that way around. So that goes that way onto here. And this cable has gone the wrong side of this fan, which is rather annoying. Win started, see Ben for details. There we go, it's released that. Okay, so that goes on there. And then these 4 end screws. If it'll screw in, that is. I think that's gone into the wrong slot on there, hasn't it? Not quite aligned right. There we go. And the 2 end screws at this end. Okay, GPU time. An appropriate amount of paste. Put the GPU cooler on the right way round, shall we? No wonder we couldn't get the plug in. Right, where's the holes gone? There they are. You've got what looks like long rain, so not really sleet but not rain either. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to get here. I've just had rain so far, but it's supposed to be sleet later on. Even though we're in the amber weather warning area, it's still just sleet later on. More the wind that's going to be the problem, I think. We don't like wind. Q-Ben. Right. Tuck this cable in. Do. Right, I think GPU is ready. It is now an immaculate, though probably not working, GPU. Red wind warning, wind and rain and wind, sleet and wind, extra wind and more rain. And that's it for the next hour. After that it gets worse, yeah. I've got rain, 15 miles an hour, rain, 15, rain, 18, sleet, 19, sleet, 19, sleet, 20, sleet, 20, rain, 20, rain, 18, and that's just for tonight. Best looking dead GPU ever, absolutely. Even paperweights deserve to be clean. Well, if it's just going to sit in a cabinet as a museum piece, it doesn't need to actually operate, does it? Oh, let's get this hulking great thing. Now, I could do with something to put this on, actually, couldn't I now? Just to lift it up. What have I got? I know what I've got. I've got a file full of deck documentation here, courtesy of Hot Rocks. That'll do nicely. There's a nice green one. Just the right size. Actually, what I'm going to do first is contact cleaner. I know what I've got. Well, don't spread it around. One careful owner, two completely suicidal ones. Yep. We don't know whether it's dead or alive. But it is in the board now. Now, I can't easily power this off my test power supply. Because there is no GPU connection on it. Right, which probably means I shall have to use this one. The one with the dodgy capacitors. And pray that it doesn't explode under the extra load. You return just in time to see this flagrant misuse of deck documentation, yes. Well, it's not official deck doc. Well, it's official deck documentation, but it's not official. I don't think this was just laser printed copies or photocopies. It's not actual documentation. Because I have here GPU power connectors. Pin ATX connector. CPU power connector, which is too short. But it came with this. An extension cable, just for this. Okay. Let me find a suitable video connector for this. I've got a DVI one here, that'll do. Plug this into one of the DVI ports. I'm also going to plug in the, if it will just squeeze in there, it will, postcard. Okay. Something's not happy. Probably the power supply. Just flashing little red there. Probably the power supply. I can't cope with this. No chance, mate. No chance. Although there's plenty of juice still there. It's still flashing away and I've turned it off. It's completely off and yet it's still flashing away. So there's plenty of capacitance there. Come on, are you going to stop flashing? There's no shortage of capacitor juiciness there. Yank the GPU, quite possibly. Nope. Let's unplug the GPU from here. No. I suspect power supply says no. Since that's all I've really changed here. I mean, I should be able to run it with that on my other power supply, but it will come up and complain and say power is not connected to the GPU, cannot operate. But I don't have, I think, another power supply that has GPU power connectors on it. Yeah, that comes on straight away there. Yeah, it's much happier with that power supply. So yeah, that power supply definitely needs a complete recap. Right, so this should come up and say power is not connected. Fans are spinning. Wind force is lit up. Postcard is spooling numbers past. Please power down and connect the PCIe power cables for this graphics card. It functions! That is a good sign. That is a very good sign. That shows that the card is actually working. Just we need power now. And I don't think I have, at least not up here anyway. I might have in the garage somewhere, but I'm not going outside tonight. God no. The one I'm using in the RS6000 hasn't. Don't think I've got another ATX power supply up here, have I? No. So if I want to take this any further, we're going to need to do a recap of the power supply. Needed options, okay and shan't. No, shove off. So, to recap, I need to recap. I might have the caps I need to get that power supply up and running. It's only, as always, it's the output capacitors. Let's do it! By us, of course. I mean you, yes. Let me do it while you sit and watch. I do all the work and you sit and watch. It's a bit one-sided, this streaming lark, isn't it? Jeepin will be happy I'll be mooing, yes. Moo machine! Let's move this heap of crap over here and bring the power supply back. And let's see what we need. Oh, it's getting a bit warm in here. I can't really open the window. I'll get blown away.
Thanks for enduring those ads.
Actually, I might be able to open the little top window. One moment. Seems quite calm out there now, actually. It's just raining really hard. I think the wind is blowing the opposite direction, so I don't really get any wind this side, thankfully. Okay. Let's have a look. Where's my glasses gone again? I'm always losing my glasses. There they are. Okay, so we need those capacitors, that capacitor, that capacitor, that capacitor. Find the screws that are holding everything in. There's one that seems to be melded in with some Celastic, of course. Almost like it's been made by IBM. Is it just the two? It might be, you know, just two screws. Maybe there's one down here somewhere. If there is, it's completely buried. Right, let's see about getting this grommet out if I can. Where's the pinch point? There it is. There we go. Cables come out. Ah, screw in the side of the case here. Cheeky. Going into a heat sink. Still feels like there's something down there holding it in. There is a screw down there. Found it. Right down inside there. Right down in that bit in there. Silly place for a screw. What's wrong with putting screws in the corners of boards these days? Putting it down inside there is just daft. There we go, that's better, it's all free now. Well, free is a very relative term here. This is where I hate working on power supplies. When they won't unplug anything. I'm tempted to take the cables off there. Just to release this whole section.
It seems Ben's digestive system is powering the stream tonight, so Suze-a-Lot has really unleashed the wind.
Yeah. Glad I pulled this apart actually, this is rather dusty on the underside. Right, waiting for the Moo Machine to warm up. And then I shall release the mains input. It used to be that PSUs were designed to be repaired when they went wrong. Alas, no more. Yeah, now it's just throw it away, buy a new one. I refuse to. Scholastic and the PSU, who do they think they are? IBM? Yes. First off, I think I need to find the connectors by getting the dust off. Okay, that's heated up. Try and melt the solder. There we go. It's nearly free. Is it going to come out? It is. Oh, it's melted the whole thing. Nice. I might have to stick a bit of heat shrink over that. Come on, you, melt. Come on, melt. Let's eat more moo. Steak can't moo. Let's see if I can just pull this out without mooing. There's so much thermal mass here that I can only sort of melt half of the solder at once. There we go, it's free. Now I might see about undoing the bodge job they've done here. I actually did solder it. I did quite a good job there actually as well. Seems almost a shame to cut it. But cut it I will. There we go, that's that one out of the way. Can see what the hell I'm doing now. Apart from, of course, all these cables. Okay, so what do we have here? We have some very skinny capacitors here. These are 470s at 16 volt. These are 2200 at 6.3 volt. Then there is whatever that is and whatever that is. Where's my box of capacitors? There it is. I'll bet I haven't got the right sizes. In fact, I'm pretty certain I haven't now that I've seen them. I need some very skinny ones. What have I got? I've got some fat and chunky 1000s at 10. I've got some no, that isn't D-sub connectors. These are hundreds at 63. No, definitely not. That's a 2200 at 25 and extra chunky. These are 470s at 35. They're a bit big. These are 100s at 16. They're a bit small. Ah, what are these? 1200 at 16. They're quite skinny, but not skinny enough for those. 3300 at 16, far too big. I might be needing to make a capacitor order. These are hundreds at 16. They're tiny little ones. Extra chunky like my backside. Oh, like my backside. $22 at 6.3. That's far too big for anything I've got here. Oh, is that? Yes. I'm going to have to remove these purely just to show you what they're like. Too much thermal mass there. Okay, I'll melt it. There we go. Come on out, you. Come on out in one piece, please. So that we can show the folks at home what a naughty capacitor you've been. There we go. I think that's a sure sign that the capacitor is dead. If I can find where my camera is pointing. Got a feeling that's a dead capacitor. Time was when designers took account of actual ripple current specs rather than just plunging a cap into a big copper plate. Yeah, and then also time was when they wouldn't put capacitors directly next to great big hot heat sinks, so all the electrolyte just boils away straight away. Maybe it just wants to spread its legs. Capsion sounds like, or Capchon sounds like a quality cap indeed. I think that we might need new capacitors here. The others don't seem to be quite as bad as this one, but they're still bulging. They're still bulgy-wulgy. And we don't like bulgy-wulgy, or not when it comes to capacitors. But these ones are just a little bit too big to replace it with. What is it? It's 16 volt 470. And these are 16 volt 100s. I mean, they are a fraction of the size and a fraction of the capacity, but they will go in. It won't be too happy, but it's the 12 volt rail, that one, so these are...
The ads have started.
16 volt 100s as well. That's a 6.31 thousand. That's a good one to have. There's another 6.31 thousand. That could possibly help. I might be able to bodge it with enough, or with a bit of capacitance to just get it going enough for now. What's this one? 22 at 25 volts, no. And then rely on the capacitance of the motherboard to do it for me. If I just stick in a couple of 100s, I mean 100s are going to be more than the 0 that these ones are giving me. Really need 35 volt caps on a 12 volt rail, yes, ideally. These are tiny little ones, these 100 micros. A pair of those on there would give... Actually, is it a pair of those, or is that just the one? There's one per rail, isn't it?
Deep in 24/7. Seizure noises. Weha. Not sorry. Symbols. Weha.
It's going to be more than
collapses.
More than was on there. Where's my Bluetooth gone? There it is. Is this going to work today?
Just use a lot clearest for just posture. Hello there. Thursday, January 8th. Isn't it delightful? Springfall by Asher Fuller. Soothing. Belgium, it's still leading the fart count, I see. I mean, her.
Oops, hello. Come back. Is this not going to work? Oh. Come on. Ah. Hang on, it's a different port, isn't it? There we go. Right. That's my pine sill there. Let's take out this capacitor. Yeah, actually, no. Yeah. It was that way, wasn't it? Was it? No, it was that way. Okay, let's take these two out here and replace them. I will order some proper capacitors sometime to replace these with, but this should just get it going enough. You know, I should get some solder out, shouldn't I? Fresh solder, that's what's needed. There we go, that melts now. Fresh solder there. And this one here. And then we'll get the moon machine and clean the pads up. have no idea what's going on in chat at the moment. I shall catch up in just a moment. Or in just a moment. Come on, melt. Why don't you melt? Okay. What are we doing in chat then? What are you talking about? Moo, moo, moo. Moo your melt, puddle the solder blob. Haha. Surely Moo Machine deserves its own musical intro theme. Yeah, true. It would be hard to account for the loss in non-melting thermal mass. What we need to do is a big maths to work out the mass of solder being melted when the temperature dips. Right, so I'm going to put in the far from ideal, as in they're a quarter of the idealness, 4 of these little 100s. They are a fraction of the size and the capacity that it needs, but it might just be enough to get it working. But it's all I have at the moment. Right, pine sill time. None of you have any idea what's going on in chat, that's fair enough. I do love how fast the pine sill warms up. I don't like soldering on the side like that. It never works well. Let's trim these and then resolder them. better. I've got it set to 400. I don't know why it's saying 350 there. Right, that's the 12 volt rails done. Now we need that one and that one. And most definitely that one. So that's a 6.3 2200. That's a 6.3 1000, which will go in there, but it won't be ideal, but it'll do the job for now. If I set that on the widget here, does that say 400 on yours? I can't see. No, it still says 350. Refresh cache. There we go. It's OBS being shit, basically, as always. Right, what was I doing? Oh yes, this one here. The issue, I left Troll Streamer set to 1. Yeah, quite possibly. Steamed Troll. I could go for a nice plate of steamed Troll right now.
It appears chat has devolved into a delightful blend of thermal mass debates, paddle steamer adoration, and a concerning amount of talk about steam trolls.
Oh, mass debates! I wonder what the hell he said then. Thermal mass debates. I was getting quite worried then. What the hell have you been talking to the bot about? If that's the sort of thing he's coming out with. You must admit you tabbed back over here pretty damn sharpish, yeah. You mean you're not watching me avidly right now, Ben? You're nothing if not a bunch of mass debaters, yes. No, that doesn't want to do it. That can't cut the mustard. Back to the pine sill. you, and out you come. There we go, released from the Scholastic. Be my moo tip, that might help. Okay, that's cleaned out. This one goes in this way around.
Jeepin 24/7 has subscribed and says,
Expired right in the middle of the stream. How rude.
Jeepin 24/7.
Thank you for the resub.
Glad to have you.
I really do wish that Prime subs would automatically
Welcome, Jeepin 24/7. 10th sub today, nice.
Okay. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Except
Thanks for enduring
the
this.
most amazing moo session you've ever has been. Two left to try and find what they are. Why, thank you very much, Jeepin. I'm honoured that you think that. Now, what are these? Where are these? Hard to tell. I think it's that one there. But I might be wrong. Let's stick some flux on it. It's right up against that TO220, isn't it? So it might be there. I'm going to heat that one and see how it wiggles. Oops, power fell out of the pine sill. It'll have disconnected. There we go, it's back again. Right, so the capacitor I need to remove is that there. I'm thinking that's one of its pins. It is. Is that the other? It is. Bingo. I know which pins it is. So let's move these ones out. and it falls out. That came out a lot easier with a bit of flux. Yeah, that's definitely got a bulge to it. And that's a 1016. 1016. What do I have for that? 1216. That would do. That'll do nicely. The model sucker I have is the ZD915. The G-Pin special, yes. Very graciously provided by G-Pin. Come on, get in there, will you? Thank you. You're surprised how much use I've gotten out of it. It's an amazing bit of kit, and I don't know how I've survived without it. G-Pin gets a lot of enjoyment out of a quick mooing. I used to just wiggle and then wick, and now I moo. Mooing is far superior to wiggling and wicking. But RF Programmer has just got the newer version of this now, hasn't he? The fancy one that does exactly the same thing in the same ways, just looks fancy. Right, next one is down here and looks to be encased in heat shrink because it is literally embedded in the heatsink there. They actually thought about that one, thinking, oh, that's going to get a bit hot down there, maybe we should protect it. We won't bother protecting any of the others, but we will this one. It's also gunged up in Celastic. Enshrinked, yes. You haven't tested it out yet? Oh, you're going to have to at least do a video of it, if not a live stream. Right, so it's right next to that. Is it there? Is it those ones? I think it might be. Right, let's apply heat and wiggle it and see if the pins wiggle. I think it's more for vibration protection. It is literally in the heatsink. Yep, that wiggles. And does this wiggle? It does. Okay, it is those two. That one and that one. Should replace the screw with the thumb screws, make changing the tip a lot easier on the Pinesil, yes. But I've got some more tips in my shopping basket at the moment on AliExpress. They're really cheap. Surprised how cheap they were. I've got a knife one, chisel one. In fact, a couple of different ones I've got coming. Well, when I finally place an order. I'm trying to get into the habit with AliExpress of using the shopping baskets, because I'm forever placing an order for like one thing, getting extra ones of them so I get the free postage, and then half an hour later suddenly realising actually I could do with that as well. So now I'm just sticking them in a basket instead. Okay, this is, once I can get the heat shrink off it. Yeah, I've seen other people's pine sills with a thumb screw on it. 2200 6.3. So that can be one of these little where is it? 22 6.3. That's that size. It might go with a 1200. 1200 at 16 might do the job. Or a 1000 at 6.3. Given where it is, I might derate it a bit more and actually have the 1200 at 16, since it's quite a large cap there anyway. I won't get the idea of a new item before I press checkout, that's the problem. Well, actually I have. I've already added more things to it. Right, I need heat shrink. What colour would be good for this? Does blue fit? No, blue's too small. These red ones. Ooh, just squeezes over. It's either that or the great big black ones, which are going to be too big. Yeah, it's going to be too big. I can just about squeeze this red over it. Although I've got an offcut of the black here, I might try it, see how it goes. It might be too big, this. 5-volt rail needs a 16-volt cap, ideally, yes. When I order the proper caps for this, I may do a little extra derating. Actually, this might just fit. Might be okay. Yeah, I think the red would have been far too tight. Unfortunately, I don't have purple. I've got this cheap multi-pack of useful lengths. All different colours, but different colours are different sizes. So the colour that I use depends on what size I need. Okay, this goes in that way around. At an angle, and I can't see where it's going. I can't see shit down there. Okay, that goes there. And should push through. Nope. This has got to be the worst positioned capacitor ever. Nope. Let's try lighting it from this side if I can. Okay, one is in. Sticking an endoscope down the PSU could do. I'd need to find the USB port. No, that's the wrong one. What do I want? Actually, let's just go add source. P4L2 and is that it? Yeah, that's it. There's so much dust down here, though. Let's just turn my torch off on here. And I want to raise this up a little so that I'm not pushing it against the desk. It's really awkward to get into here. There is just no room at all. Let's take it out. Let's pull these closer together again. Trouble is, there's a screw in the way there. That's the footprint there. The positive goes there.
Ads have started.
Have I got holes here? I have. I've got decent sized holes. Why am I having so much difficulty pushing it through? Part of the problem is the heatsink that's in the way here. Have to stick it at a strange angle, which then means that the leg moves.
It's Thursday, January 8th.
Let's see if I can get in from this side with the tweezers. Not and have them open. Ooh, oh, I nearly had it then. No. Hum. I got one through nicely. Let's turn this all around. I can untangle all these bloody cables and attack it from a different angle. I might be able to actually see it now. There we go. Got it. Once I could get stereo vision in there, I could see where it actually was. It's in. It's finally in. Oh, that was a bar steward, that was.
Holy shit.
I think that is the most awkward capacitor replacement I have ever done. And I'm going to have to do it again. because it's only got half the capacitance it needs. Or should have. But still probably got more than it had. Right. Whew. So far, yes.
Computer, this isn't what I wanted at all.
Well, tough, it's what you got. There's one more. This one down here. That's a little bulgy. That should be easier, that one. Where is it? It's just to the left of that TO220. So it's there, okay. Should be here. This USB-C cable that I'm using on here is far too stiff. It keeps pulling out. Yeah, that's the right ones.
Seems like someone's been having a powder.
And this is a 1016. Excellent, I shall replace that with a 1216. And this actually has a footprint for a larger capacitor if it's wanted. Welcome back, Ben. All this exposure to you and the bot still can't do a terrible pun correctly, no. Nobody can pun quite like you, Chloe. You are the pun queen. Puns are a difficult concept for artificial stupidity to comprehend, yep. To comprehend a pun, you actually have to understand the language the pun is being made in, not just be a statistical model that chains together random words.
The date of significant, darling, a fresh start, a chance to explore. Thursday, January 8th. So many possibilities, very suggestively.
Okay. Anything else? No, everything else looks hunky-dory. Or at least Hunky Nemo, anyway. Do you know the one about the coprolites? Sounds a bit shitty. Yeah, does a little. Okay. Time to reconnect things. Now, where did power input go? Over here, wasn't it? For some reason, the power input is right next to the power output. Clever. Sure, they might not be the best fossil, but they're a solid number 2. Ha ha ha. Oh dear. Right. Insulation sheet has shifted. There we go. Okay, let's screw this back in, if we can. Heat shrink on the mains wires. Yeah, certainly the live one I might do, actually. I mean, they're an awkward bunch of bastards, basically. In that they do that. So heat shrink on them might not really work too well. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Let's take them off again. There's also a lump of Celastic on the live wire too. Is it really too expensive for them to use a connector for these? Also fill the IEC inlet up with epoxy just to be safe. No. I refuse. Let's just put a little bit of heat shrink around this one. And a little more around this one, which has melted. You'd have replaced these wires with longer ones by now. Yeah. Maybe next time I open this up to replace the capacitors again, I might think about that, but can I be asked? Nah. It's a power supply I found at the tip. Am I really that bothered about it? Not particularly. Just realised you couldn't see any of that, could you? It was off the side of the desk here. There you go, heat shrinked. Heat shrunk. Heat shrunken. Well, it would entail me finding some wire first. I've not got a huge amount of this wire to hand. I would have to butcher a power cable. Okay, that should be easier to get them in. Hello AnyDesk.exe. This is a power supply that's had bad capacitors. It was in a PC that I found at the local tip that I've stripped for parts. I'm going to chuck the case away because it's a great hulking thing and it's only half a case anyway, and find a use for the parts. But I am actually lacking in ATX power supplies at the moment. So in order to test the graphics card that came with it, which was a GTX 970, I need a working power supply of a suitable style to give it some power. Hence I have resorted to recapping this power supply to get it working well enough to allow me to test the graphics card and the rest of the system. But I don't have most of the right capacitors to do the job at the moment, so I have put in some slightly smaller ones, which are far from ideal, but are considerably better than... Where's it gone? Has it legged it? It's legged it. I can't show you the capacitor that I took out just now because it's gone. The capacitors that were in there, one of which was completely and utterly exploded. Spilled his guts everywhere. So hopefully this will just bring it enough to life that I will be able to at least use it just for testing. There's a reefer, is there? Where's there a reefer? There's no reefers in here. I hope there's no reefers in here anyway. It's too new to have reefers in anyway.
Thanks for enduring those ads. It's appreciated.
Hello, Anarchist Healing. Yes, this is a PSU that I found in a computer at the tip. And I've basically been testing the components of this computer to see if they work. So far they all do, but I haven't been able to test the graphics card that came in it, GTX 970, because I don't have a suitable power supply to hand for it. But the power supply that came in the computer that I found has bad capacitors, which is to be expected. So I am attempting to rescue this power supply that I can then use for other things, and in the meantime use it to test the graphics card. I hope. Right, that should be that. Now this fan, I wonder if this fan actually works. Because it did jerk, didn't it? But that's all it did. Let's get the old bench supply. Actually, I could replace it with this one. It's identical. Couldn't I? I could. Incredibly dusty. This is everything in this computer. Disgustingly dusty. Let's get it on the bench power supply and see if it does spin. You had your own PSU issues. PSU issues are most often caused by dead capacitors. That is by far the most common problem. I've got the wrong cable on here at the moment, and I don't know where the right cable is, so I shall just have to hold the connector in place. "12 volts. This is the easier one to plug in. Let's see if it spins. does. Nice and quiet too. So that jerk that it gave us before, was it just saying, yeah, there's a fan there. But I don't need to spin it right now because I'm not hot enough. So let's clean this out a bit. The system that I found was a first generation i7, so it's pretty old for a PC. Quite a nice board it has with it. Right, let's reconnect this back to here. Let's trim these bits off. Are you running low on squash again, are you, Chloe? What do I want? This. Let's grab a little bit of this. Shrink. Your issue is your GPU would power spike momentarily to like 820 watts. Ouch. And your PSU was no bueno. Yes. I had a similar problem with my previous power supply in my main computer. I was running it on a 970 for ages and it was quite happy. Perfectly happy. Enjoyed life. Then I upgraded to a 2070. And it was fine. But then I tried loading, I think it was Witcher 3. And while it was processing all its graphic data and everything, power supply exploded. Literally exploded. Diode in it left the planet. It was not a happy power supply. So I had to do an emergency upgrade. Hopefully with 1,000 watt they're giving him isn't a crappy one. Yeah, I'm on an 850 I think now for my 2070, which is plenty powerful enough for what I do. I'm not a cyberpunk player or anything along those lines. I'm quite happy with my 2070, which I got second hand, of course. I seem to be shrinking. There we go. I'm happy to make orcs walk on brimstone. Absolutely, yes. So long as my orcs can get their feet scorched, I'm happy. Right, I think that might be good. Let's see about getting the cables back into their little hole. grommet in. Come on, in you go. There we go, that's in. And we shall see what this power supply now does. It's either going to work, or it's going to explode, spraying capacitor juice everywhere. I know which my money is on. Yep, that's what my money's on. Spraying capacitor juice everywhere. Here you go, Grommet. I'll have some cheese. I think you've got enough cheese for everybody there, haven't you, Chloe?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And one more screw. Where's that gone? There it is. Right. Testing time. Testing time in these trying times. Where's my tester gone? I really need to sort my desk out. Where has my tester gone anyway? Should be around here somewhere.
I don't remember when we used to be explorers.
Oh, we've never been explorers. Exploders, maybe. Okay. Actually, I can turn the pine sail off now. Right. Fire extinguisher is in hand. Power supply is on, mains going on. We have fan spin, which we didn't have before. Voltages are looking good. Abruptly, the stream ceased. I'd say that's good now, or at least better. The Ford Exploder 6.2 V8, you mean the Pinto?
PJB9 now SAN 9.
Not Pinto, the Ford, was it Pinto? The one which would explode if you rammed it up the backside. No, the Fiat is the Pinto, isn't it? What was the Ford? The exploding Ford? Shakes fist at RS 6000 power supplies. Why could it not be so easy to fix, damn you? It was the Pinto, yes. I thought it was.
Welcome back. Created. Hope you enjoy the pile of old junk.
Hey, Created. The rest of the town is now wondering what happened. That was all right. Right, so let's take the innards of the computer. The newly repaired power supply. And join the two together. And we might be able to get some life out of the GPU. Let's connect up the GPU cables. Come on, silly connectors. Come on, twist round right, will you? Thank you. Right, that is in. Just in case it works, let's find a keyboard for it. Just on the off chance that it might work. And where has my DVI cable gone? I've lost my DVI cable now. How dare it get lost?
Seems like everyone's having a spirited debate about
there it is.
Belgium is clearly feeling the pain of those RS/6000 power supplies.
Okay. Here we go. Wino force. No, it's wind force, not wino. Let's see then what happens. Make sure that's pushed in right because it's moved. Okay. Power supply on. Power supply plug in as well would help. Power light is on now as opposed to flashing. Okay. Let us see what we get when we power up. Postcodes are whizzing past. Power supply is spinning. Will we get post? We do! We get post! Hey! Please attach the PCIe power cables to the bot's unmentionables and restart. It lives! I suspect the battery is dead on it, which is not surprising. AI tweaker. What the hell? AI tweaker? I don't think so. Asus P6, a solid board. It's a lovely board. It's got two real PCI slots on it. It's got floppy. It's got parallel IDE. It's got two good Ethernets on it. 6 slots of DDR3. AI tweaker, that's overclocking basically, isn't it? AI overclock tuner. Less said the better. Core i7-920 core, such fast. It's utterly infuriating that such perfectly good hardware ends up at the tip for want of several whole pence in capacitors and 2 hours replacing them. Yeah, Absolutely. It's saying I've got 16 gig of memory. It should be saying 24. Yeah, how much time was spent coding the little moving bar at the top that could have been spent doing real work. It's got a very, very important function, that bar. That shows that the system hasn't frozen. It's vitally important when you're playing with overclocking. If that stops moving, you've screwed your system up.
Use a lot tilts head, batting eyelashes though. Those rumors.
Let's have a look. Why is this?
Wouldn't you say?
Not
Let's just
giving
say
me all my memory.
A little.
I don't know that all this memory even works.
Wig. Ads are starting.
Your laptop is old enough that you run this spec every day and it's perfectly fine. I mean, performance-wise, there's not a lot to choose between this and my i7-3770, which was my streaming computer, my gaming computer for a long time. How can I roam around and pick stuff up from my local waste dump? Sneakily. I make sure that I take something to the small electrical bins. And I throw something away and just happen to sneak something out while I'm there. They don't really care. They don't really care at our tip. I'll be taking the case back anyway. They can have that back. What was I doing? Oh yeah, memory. No, it's still only 16. Maybe it can only actually have 16. And that it's got 2 slots completely wasted. You're watching the stream on an old i3 with 8 gig. More than plenty, absolutely. You don't need a lot of power for most things these days. Most computers now are complete overkill. Lots of overclocking scope. So I was saying, the performance between this and the 3770 is negligible, really. The downside of this is the power consumption. They are hungry beasts. Your local dump doesn't even accept electrical anymore. That's a shame. That is a shame. And they've started doing curbside collection of some small electrical items around our way. If you put them out with your bins, they'll collect them and take them away. Only small things like phones and hair dryers and those sort of things. They don't want computers. I collect them instead. You worry about the missing 8 meg from that 16 gig. Yeah. $16384 it should be, not 16376. Right. So we have a working motherboard. We have a working CPU. We have 2/3 of working memory. We have a working GTX 970. We now have a working power supply. I haven't tested things like the SSD that came with it and the hard drive, but I'll bet the SSD's dead. It's a SanDisk, it'll be dead. This is quite a nice little board. It'll make a good test system, this, with having all these different connections on it and the onboard power switch. Be a nice little test board. I need to sort out the heatsink. I need to clip the fan back onto it that's got these silly little metal clip things for the heatsink that clip onto it somehow, and I've no idea how. They sort of clip inside it like that or something and hold the fan kind of loosely on. A bit jank really, but it'll do. It'll do. So, yeah, the bot's a silly little metal clip thing. Now install CPM86 on it, put the graphics card to maximum use. Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, all in all, a fairly profitable, well, not profitable, but successful evening, that. Now I just need to decide what to do with it. Hey, Remdog. Just in time, I was just about to finish off. I was just about to wind up and finish off.
Welcome back, Remdog.
I've overrun a little whilst
good day.
fixing things.
Masters hum, resistors sing, vintage troops do their thing. Grab your toolkit, join the team. Remdog Cat sparks up the stream.
I do like your little tune there, Remdog. Good dumpster dive it was indeed, yes. Right. Time for me to finish and go and get some of this grime off me. And sort out all these mounds of rubbish as well now. I might take the case down and dump it in the garage. Possibly. If I can brave the storm out there. No sign of any snow here. No, just rain. Rain, rain and more rain.
Remdog.
You like your tune too? Good.
Potato. Deep down perhaps. But a very stylish potato. Pause.
Right, here comes my outro then. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. That's been quite a productive stream. We have a good motherboard, we have a good CPU, we have some good memory. I need to test the rest of the memory there really. We have a GTX 970 working, as far as I can tell so far, flawlessly. And we have a repaired power supply, which is great, because I am very low on power supplies. So,
Damn, I'm good.
tomorrow, I should be back after Shelby, about 9 o'clock-ish, depending on when Shelby finishes. Ben, are you with us tomorrow? From 6 till 7? With a bit more VT220, perhaps? If you can clear your kitchen table off enough. So be sure to join Ben, 6 PM GMT tomorrow. Followed by Shelby, followed by me. 6 to 7, then it shall be from 7 till 9, then me from 9 till 10-ish. We like to interleave like that, because we'd stream longer, but we like watching Shelby as well. Here comes the bot.
Okay, here's an outro message, crafted to be thorough and appreciative, suitable for the end of the stream. Alright everyone, that's going to wrap it up for today. Huge thanks to everyone who tuned in and made this stream so entertaining. A massive thank you to Anarchist Healing, AnyDesk.exe, NJ, GoGoGadget360, PC Moggers, our beloved pet Canadian, Princess Fuzzy, but Deepin 24/7, RF Program, Daft Punkle, Created, Spies of Mud, Trade Splatter, Mama89, Remdog Cap, Tyler Hoot, Chloe Raccoon, The Industrious Sand, Sir Stews a Lot, PJB9950, A Swarm of Dead Insects, Hot Rocks Gal, and Majenka Bot for the awesome chat. Special shout out to Deepin 24/7 for the generous subscription and welcome aboard. And a big thank you to PC Moggers for subscribing as well. We really appreciate the support. Sir Stews a Lot, you're the MVP today. 6 farts is a record. Thanks to Stream Elements for keeping things running smoothly. See you all next time.
6 farts a record. Well done, Ben. Must try harder next time though. Try and get into double figures if you can. Right, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to go and scrub up and then see if I can find my bed. So until tomorrow, have a good storm-ridden night.
damn, I'm good.
Oh my.
Oh God, I maybe shouldn't have done that.
I do apologise, I'm an idiot.